Yo, Blanca, can I call you Cassie, as in Cassie Blanca? Okay, enough bad jokes. I'd like to say enough bad jokes, but you're going to get more of those. Anyway, it's Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and I'm going to cut for you a pair of, something tells me there might be a pair of Coach glasses inside. I don't know what it could be. I just have a hunch. Ooh, what is it? Dum-dum, pow! With the bling. Cassie Blanca, why you be blinging like that? Why you be blinging? Anyway, this is Coach, what is this? It's written on this side. It is the Coach 8037BF, the Angeline in the 57 eye size, and black with bling with the little price tag on there. You see that logo? That is awesome. This is gonna be a nice pair. So let me go ahead and begin. I'm gonna move your, by the way, your Italian leather Coach case, your Coach cleaning cloth, all that. I'm gonna set them down right here, and I'm gonna pop your original demo lenses out, which are the gradient gray, where it's dark at the top and fades to clear, and we're gonna put a solid gray sunglass lens in there. So I'm gonna pop out your original demo lenses and put your designer frame into my less than designer Italian Santanelli. This is the LE1000 patternless edger, and the stylus is going to trace the shape of the right side of your frame, and then it's going to move over and trace the shape of the left here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. It's going to start tracing. Uno, dos, trace. Okay, it's official. I am not funny in 2 languages now. But yeah, here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Coach frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses. Of course, the only thing you're paying for is the upgrade to the sunglass lenses. So let's go ahead and get started cutting these. I'm gonna pull the shape up on the computer, put in your pupillary distance of 63. I'm gonna put that right there. These are polycarbonate lenses that I'm cutting for a Xyle frame, which is just an old school name for plastic. So let me begin. It says I need a 70 millimeter blank. This one is at 72 millimeters. This will just fit. So I'm gonna put your lens into my Marco 101 lensometer. Your prescription reads -1/4, -250 at 180. I'm gonna put the axis wheel at 180. I'm gonna put your lens in and rotate it. Put the power drum on -1/4, rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Check your astigmatism correction. That looks good. I'm gonna put some dots on the lenses, and these are too light for you to see, so I'm gonna put some heavier ones on there. Which way am I going? It's this way. This is the right. This is the top of the lens. Let me darken this for you so you can see at home. And then there's one right there. The reason why I put those dots on there, this lens has to go in here just perfectly. Of course, this is the right lens on this side. It cannot rotate. So that's why I put those 3 dots. It gives me a straight line, a straight edge. I'm gonna do the same thing now for the left lens, which reads -1/4, -275 at 003. So I'm gonna put the axis wheel on 003, put it back to 1/4, rotate this until the sphere power comes in clearly. Put some dots on your lenses. And why is that third one not darkening? There we go. It's dark now, and I'm gonna put an L over there for left. Now I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need a double-sided adhesive sticker. And don't you know that 3M makes them? The black side is the sticky side. I'm gonna stick that onto the block, which is in the blocker. Pull away this little sticker and get everything lined up just perfectly, or close enough perfectly. You don't mind if I'm off by a mile, do you? Come on, we're old friends. I've known you for what, a week now? Okay, so yeah, it's like we're old friends. Put a little sticker on there, pull that sticker off, get everything lined up. Okay, I'm gonna take your right lens and put it into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But the first thing that's going to happen, apart from my bad humor, which you're stuck with, there's no way to get around it, is these calipers are going to come down and it's going to trace the shape of the right side of the frame, starting with the rear surface, the back surface, the concave surface, and then it's going to move over and trace the convex side of the lens, which is the front surface, all the while measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel so it fits best inside the frame. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom left. It's that lighter color wheel that's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your polycarb material. This wheel in the center with that little channel, that's what's going to put the valley that is going to put the bevel onto the lens. I will have to close the door, but I just want you to see as your prescription lens touches down onto the cutting wheel. So your lenses were a custom grind. I put them on a 5 base to match the curvature of the frame, but they are polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is also virtually unbreakable. It is bulletproof up to .22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection, because we know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. And if you don't believe me that these are bulletproof up to .22 caliber, you just shoot yourself in the eye. If the bullet goes through the lens and into your head, you just come back and I'll say, I'm sorry. This is what I do at work when I'm bored. Cut, cut, cut. Boy, that's loud, but it drowns out the voices in my head, so that's good. And if you will notice, there is water running in the background where plastic and high index cut wet. Now if you also notice, your lens is completely flat, just like a nickel. I could take it out and stand it on the counter. Now it's going around and getting the knife edge bevel cut onto the side of the lens. It is no longer flat. It is starting to take shape where it will fit inside the frame. Now polycarb does cut dry, but for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle there are 2 water jets, one in the front and one in the back. They're going to spray water onto the lens to clean away any optical debris. The water jets have not kicked on. You're just imagining that you're seeing water sprayed onto your lens. I do that with smoke and mirrors. It's still cutting dry. Don't believe your eyes. You can believe me instead. Okay, now the water jets have kicked in. Did you see that? Did you see when they kicked in? Now and only now is the water spraying onto your lens. Blanca, Cassie Blanca. Okay, out comes your right lens, and we're almost ready to insert it into your frame. The next thing I want to do is you grab my used handkerchief. I've had a cold all week, but I want to use my used dirty nasty handkerchief to dry off your lens. Okay, now like me, your lens still has some rough edges, so I'm going to use my hand stone, which is completely flat. I can put my finger on while it's running, but I'm going to use that to apply what's known as the safety bevel. Essentially, using friction, I've melted those rough edges, and this white powdery substance that I'm scraping off your lens, it's called Schwarf. And once that is all off your lens, and I use my thumbnail, and I do this so much, I have a V-shaped bevel cut into my thumbnail. That's why I can't have nice thumbnails. At least not on my right hand. On my left one, well, it's still not too nice. Okay, and once that's all off your lens, I collect it very neatly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Because this is where I say, kids, stay in school. I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like that. You think it's just easy to wipe stuff on the counter? No, I went to school to learn how to do that. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, you gotta stay in school. And that's important since everyone's going back to school this week. So I'm gonna take the lens, I'm gonna tuck it in at the outside corner, and using my thumbs, I press down and the lens snaps in. So let's go ahead and start cutting your left lens, which actually I have in there upside down. How did I do that? Let me do this again. I'm gonna take that block off, put me a new sticker on there. Come on, new sticker. And let's see, that's going to be the outside of the lens. That is your left. Yes, correct. Now it goes in there like that. Let me get everything lined up in there perfectly. No pressure, no pressure. Do it perfectly. And now let's put this into the chuck. And oops, I'm going to slip that over to L, which means not right. Which is like me, I'm not right either. So just like before, the calipers are going to come down, but this time they're going to trace the shape of the left side of the frame to make sure the lens is large enough to fit. Always starting with the rear surface first, the concave surface, and then it's going to move over and trace the convex side of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. Round and round. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. And as the right lens, or I'm sorry, as the left lens begins cutting, I'm going to continue to work on the right lens, because my job here is never done. Especially when I never start anything, it's hard to complete it. Okay, so this block is no longer needed, so I'm going to knock your block off. Okay, actually I'm going to squeeze the block off. There we go. Throw that back in the thing. Can you believe this tool costs $300 just because it does that? Whereas, let me stick this back onto the lens. This pair of pliers that costs $20 does that. But you know, if the electricity goes out and this doesn't work anymore, I can always use the hand pliers. By the way, where is the power cord on this? Where are the batteries? Quack, quack, Aflac, Aflac. I'm gonna have to draw a face on here. Draw me a little eyeball. Doesn't that look like a duck? Okay, that's enough. All right, so pull that sticker off. I'm gonna spin the axis wheel back to 180. Put your lens in. Wait, how did that happen? That was cut right. Wait, didn't I cut this one? How did this turn out perfect? Check your astigmatism correction. I'm getting a total power of -275. Your prescription, which is mostly astigmatic, your right eye reads -1/4, -250 at 180. Your left eye reads -1/4, -275 at 3. So, the unit of measurement in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, and it goes in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. We actually only need one step of correction to get everything the correct size. The majority of your prescription is astigmatic, which means you have a high amount of astigmatism, which means you have crazy stigs. But no, the astigmatism is what makes things look blurry. That's why 6s and 8s look alike, the letters P and F look alike. Now, you only need one step of correction to get everything the correct size, but you need a whole lot. You need 10 steps of correction to get take away those fuzzy edges in your right eye, 11 steps in your left. Now, think of astigmatism correction as the fine-tune knob. We're going to turn that knob all the way to 180 for your right eye and to 3 on your left. And from 0 to 180, which is just a straight line with 90 being in the center, we would turn that knob all the way to 180. Now it seems like these numbers are far apart, but 0 and 180 are the same number, so we just turn it to 3 right here, which is almost parallel to that 180 on this side. That doesn't make any sense to you, doesn't it? It doesn't make any sense to me, but for some reason you can see out of these when I'm done, so go figure. So, I'm going to dry everything off here again, real quick back to the safety bevel. Real quick, messing up my thumbnail while I scrape this off your lens. Drop all that on the counter, and just this one time I'm going to take a very long field trip and throw this away. So I want you to follow with me as I collect this all into my hand. Now you ready? I'm going to travel all the way to the trash can and show you how hard it is to throw things away and why it's so much easier just to wipe it on the floor. So from here, let's go to the trash can. Now, who has time in the course of a workday to go that far? I mean, honestly, where'd your glasses go? They're hiding over here. So let's do the same thing with your left lens now. I'm going to tuck it in the outside corner and press down. Snap, it is in. Oh, snap. Actually pull the sticker off, dry your lens off to make sure there's no moisture on there. And put it in over that red dot, spin the axis wheel back to 3. Put that in, and I'm reading -1/4. Let me check your astigmatism correction. And I'm getting a total power of -3, because remember in algebra you have two minuses, you add them together. -1/4 and -275 is a total of -3. which is what we're getting, so that is made perfectly. Your pupillary distance is 63. So, hopefully you can see this, but I'm gonna hold my pupillary stick against my thumb on your right lens at 0. I'm gonna hold it up on the left lens. Hopefully you can see that through the light. We're reading 63, so that is made perfectly. The other thing I wanna do before I ship these to you is get them in standard alignment. I do like to point out at this time that 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. That's because 80% of people, you are going to be tested on this, so write down all these mathematical numbers. 99% of optical shops do free adjustments because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other, and then 80% of people have one ear that's lower than the other. Go figure. So, that's why if you get these and they're loose or they're too crooked or high on one side, anyone will be able to get these adjusted for you. So Blanca, I apologize for being so silly while making this video. If anyone has any questions, they can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. But Blanca, I hope you enjoyed watching me make sunglass gray lenses for your Coach 8037BF for best friend, which we're now going to be. So I expect a Christmas card from you. But all this goes into your Coach case, and you'll be getting these very soon, and hopefully everyone has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.